Hi, welcome in. Thanks for coming. Let's pull some cards. Why are we here? What's going on? Seven of Pentacles, the Hierophant. Oh, you went within. You tapped into your higher voice. You planted some seeds and you've been waiting. You've been waiting a long time for these seeds to sprout and grow. You almost gave up, but that voice that told you to plant them in the first place, told you to keep on going. And you're in this period now of deciding. King of Swords, excuse me, King of Wands at the bottom of the deck. King of Wands is a natural born leader. They have the skills to lead by with light, by inspiring. And King of Wands energy is asking you to look at all the seeds that you've planted and decide which ones are going to help you lead with light. And when you make these decisions, you're going to do it by listening to that inner voice that told you to plant the seeds in the first place. Crossing, we got King of Swords. Okay, once the Hierophant tells you which seeds to plant, you need to be King of Swords about it. You need to be cut and dry of, nope, this is the path I'm on. No, I'm not going to be swayed. No, I'm not listening to your opinion. And this is not you being stubborn. This is not you being a know-it-all. This is you trusting that the decisions that you make are made with you and God, that you're so connected, you're so supported that you have to tune everything else out. King of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. You know what you're doing. The irony is, I hope I'm using irony right, is that oftentimes when you make decisions that are going to lead to your greater good, people witness it as you've lost it because you're doing something they would never do. You're doing something they haven't seen anyone else do. And so they witness it and they think that you're being irresponsible. They think that you're not being logical. And King of Pentacles showing up is saying, no, you know exactly what you're building, and you're building towards something that's going to bring generational wealth. You're not working for yourself. You're working for your grandchildren. You're working to leave behind a legacy. And that type of determination and focus, when some people bear witness to it, it's so beyond the level that they are existing at in their life that they naturally have to say something about it. They have to push against it simply because it is beyond their comfort zone. You're at a point now where you are beyond most people's comfort zone. You're talking at a level that they don't get. And so they may bear witness to the decisions that you're making and have a whole lot to say about it. But you're just supposed to stay in step with spirit, knowing that you're creating a solid foundation for the greater good of all that's going to feed many. What's in the past? Page of Cups in reverse. you spent a lot of time up in your head before making these decisions. There was a lot of like daydreaming, but there was also, in doing that, you were creating that the outside world may have viewed the way that you operated, the way that you lived, as very childlike. And what they what they didn't see is that you were actually creating something tangible. You were not just off in la la land hoping for the best. In the incoming, we got Knight of Wands energy. You're gonna just march to the beat of your own drum. You are going to bring the adventure wherever you go. Your your next chapter is going to be a lot of fun. Focus, we got Seven of Cups in reverse. In the mind, there's still this little bit of what one should I choose? There's so many choices before you right now. And Spirit doesn't want you to get caught up in overthinking those choices. Every single one has the potential to turn into your highest possible outcome. That they want you to not overthink, not overanalyze. They just want you to be really solid in your decision making, and that being solid in those decisions is going to empower that decision. That if you make a decision from a place of kind of whiffling, that's not the word, waffling, if you make the decision from a waffled state, well, then that's going to be the outcome. They don't want you to be afraid about the choices that you make. They want you to make those choices with very solid, confident energy, because you're the one empowering it. You're the one that activates it by making the choice. Make sure you're activating the choice with the correct energy. Underlying, we got the Wheel and the Ten of Swords in reverse. You're there. I mean, the wheel is turned in your favor. You're back up on top, and it's just time. And it's time because you don't need the burdens anymore. It's the end of the old book, the old story, the old way of being. Your old life was created by a version of you that was doing their absolute best with what they knew and were capable of at the time. And there are aspects of that life that you're proud of. And there are also aspects of that life where you're like, oh my God, I can't believe I did that. And in the subconscious, there's every single energetic cord of attachment that doesn't feel good about the old life being pulled out. You got a clean slate. How are you viewing yourself? Empress, Two of Cups, the Temperance. Well, you did it. You did it. You balance the feminine and the masculine energies. They're saying you are on point. Your knowing is inside your body. And you are intentionally creating with that knowing. You are weaving together the things that you're here to create in real time. You are back in union with yourself, with spirit, and you're back in union with your divine partner. It feels like everything's finally flowing the way it's supposed to. And it's able to do that by anchoring through you. You're the Empress. When you're balanced, when you're showing up whole, when you open up to play, your immediate surrounding just gets better and better and better and better. And when you're shown this, what? Oh, I'm showing. You didn't know this? You didn't know that about yourself? Yeah, you're an Empress. Um, you're here to birth, to bring forth those desires in your head. They weren't just put there for no reason. And no, you haven't lost it. You're more balanced than you have ever been. You know exactly when you should stir the pot, when you should sit still, and when you should activate. You just stepped into some major power. Ooh. Page of Wands in reverse, and your surrounding. Someone doesn't want you to play in this. Someone wants you to walk away from this thing that you have found that lights you up. Someone wants to steal your wand. Hopes and fears, 9 of Swords. 9 of Swords is you're stuck. You're having nightmares. You're tired. This took a turn. Why is this 9 of Swords here? Okay, I got the message. Hopes and fears, 9 of Swords. There's this fear of getting hurt again. There's this fear of being back down on your knees, of being shattered, feeling alone. You're never alone. In the last Dark Night of the Soul, you activated to the remembrance that you're never alone. So what that does is null and voids nine of Swords energy. It's like 9 of Swords can get delivered to you, sure, but it's never going to undertake you. That doesn't sound like the right phrase. 9 of Swords energy, you now know how to get out of. Part of the way that 9 of Swords keeps you stuck is that it makes you think that you're on your own. You're not on your own. You're never on your own. So there's nothing to fear. You don't have to fear a 9 of Swords again. The bottom of the deck, we got the Lovers, Tower, and the Sun. What are you going to choose? Whatever you choose is going to be a sudden shift, a sudden change to the Sun. Your absolute happiness the thing that just lights you up. It is your bliss. The choice is going to be between heartache, Eight of Pentacles. You're going to keep looking at the things that broke your heart, or you're going to get to work and build for yourself the dream. You're going to choose the sun. You're going to choose your happiness for the first time ever. Because every time that you thought you were choosing it in the past, you were doing so from a broken heart. And your heart is now fully healed. And so everything you do, every decision you make is from a state of pure love. Your heart has been expanded. It has been activated to be the healing magnet that it was designed to be. And doing this work is going to make you feel so good. It's not going to feel like work. This journey that you took to tapping into your inner voice, to following those nudges and planting those seeds, all the criticism that you may face is going to be absolutely worth it. Keep making your decisions based on the guidance you get when you sit with the Hierophant. Make sure that you speak confidently over those decisions. Continue to trust that you're here to create, and that as long as you are showing up balanced from a place of love, everything that you do is going to perpetuate love. You don't have to worry about this goodness disappearing. You're never alone here. And the party is just getting started.